is stuck there. Your girl is back with another freaking video. As you can see by the title, we'll be talking about music. So I have not been really posting my music here on YouTube. I think the only song that I've done was a cover song that I did called Soul Ties. If you have not heard that song, make sure you click the link in my description below to hear that. But as far as my original songs, all songs that are going to be on my upcoming EP, we're going to talk about it today. And I'm going to put a little bit here and there in it. I'm going to try to, at least. I'm still figuring out how this thing works. But before we get into this video, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe. I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I've been doing really good so far, guys. I got like 210, I believe, subscribers. I am fully aware that I probably would have more subscribers had I kept posting back 7 months ago when I was doing really good, because I was gaining a lot of subscribers the more that I post, but life happens. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was super distracted as far as relationship. I wasn't in a relationship, but dealing with someone who could potentially be my man. And we're going to talk about that in another video, because first of all, that's not cute. Any man that does not improve or motivate you or push you, you know, to continue to push for your dreams and strive for your dreams and do something that you've already been doing, you don't need them in your life, sis. You need to go ahead and trash that, because that ain't what it is. Life lesson for me, lesson learned, I could tell you from experience. Anyways, let's get into this video. Okay, so I wrote down a couple things that I can address in this video about my music. So as I stated before, I'm gonna have to figure out how to add it in here. If not, I'm just gonna put the links in my description box below on how you can get it, mainly for Apple Music. So if you don't have Apple Music, it is on Spotify and all other music platforms. So yeah, I'm gonna just put the title and the name of the songs in my description so you guys can go check it out. And I'm gonna leave the comments open this time so that you guys, if you want, you can comment how you feel about certain songs. But the first thing here is what made me start music. So this is interesting to me and probably gonna be funny at the same time. But I've always kept, like, I've had writer's block. So I used to try writing music. I used to try like making up songs and stuff like that, but I would be able to start it, but I would never be able to finish the song. And so I remember talking to my cousin, because he was like, man, Kimfo, you need to do music. You need to get into this music thing. You got something, man. You know, you already got the image, blah, blah, blah. You know, just making me feel good and kind of trying to push and encourage me to actually start doing music. And this had been going on for years, and he was not the only one, but he is in the music industry himself. So he was like, you know, the main person for me. Everyone has always told me that I should do music. Well, what made me start was I remember being in a really messed up situation emotionally and mentally, and I was just dealing with the same person like on and off for years. And I was just tired, and it was so many, like I said, I was starting to write music, but I always had writer's block. Like, for some reason, I could never finish a song. And so I have all these notes and all these recordings in my phone, my personal recordings of me coming up with a melody or saying words that will go good with a song, but I was never able to finish it. Anyways, this particular situation kind of pushed me over the edge, and I remember hearing this song by Savannah Christina. I think it's her name, either Savannah Christine or Savannah Christina. She did a remix to Major 9. If you're not familiar with Major 9, you need to get familiar, because Homie got some heat, okay? I really do love his music. But anyways, she did a remix to one of his songs called Soul Ties. And when I heard it, oh my God, y'all, it hit home. I'm not gonna lie, it hit home for me. Cause I was like, man, this girl, like, I feel you. So I decided to do a cover song to it. And in the cover song, I actually remade it, like, in a way to include my own experiences. Because I feel like the original song that she did was to match her experiences. And so I was like, you know what, let me make this cover song. And so I went to the studio. I hit my cousin up. I was like, man, look, like, I'm in the mood. Like, I want to do this cover song. I want to try this experience of being in the studio again. Mind you, I had actually been to a studio before, not with him, not recommended by my cousin, but I had been to a studio before, and y'all, this guy tried to push up on me, and I did not like it. It was a legit studio. He had like the whole pool table. It was at his house. He had a big house, and in the back of his house, he had like this game room with a studio attached. So he had like the full professional setup and all. He had a wife and kids and all of that, and it just was not professional. And I'm not one that is okay with stuff like that. Like, I don't even if it wasn't for music, I would have still been insulted, because no. He tried to push up on me, and I didn't bite. And so the song was actually a cover to Boot Up by Elevate. And it sounded good when I was there. We were listening to it. You know, everything was great. But when he sent me the final and completed work, after everything had hit the fan and I didn't bite and the whole back and forth was going, and how I told him I felt like it was super unprofessional, whatever, he sent me a trash version of the song. And not only that, but he told me if I was going to do music and record with him, I couldn't work and record with anyone else. So right off the rip, I was like, let me text my cousin. So I texted my cousin, and I was telling him what's going on. He was like, man, nah, I can fault, that ain't how they work. That's how they try to get you. You know, he was just putting me on game, because dude was basically trying to make it to where I signed, because he had his own label, this guy that I went to. I didn't go to his house by myself. I went with friends and one of my cousins. Like, you know, it was a big house, so it was always a place people went to party. And I originally didn't even go to this place intending to record a song, by the way. I didn't. We got there, and the game room where everybody hung out was in the same room that all this studio and music equipment was. And I love music, and so I was just so hyped about it. And I was like, ooh, you know, he was over there fidgeting or whatnot. Everybody was going in the booth, like, you know, playing and doing freestyles to beats and this, that, and the third. And I'm there, and I'm like, well, I want to do a song, but can I do it to Ella Mae's beat, Boot Up? And that's how it happened. And so, yeah, that's that story. I didn't plan on going there with intentions of actually recording a song. Everybody's just supposed to be hanging out. So that happened. He sent me a really messed up song, and he pushed up on me, and I never went back out there ever again. Not for a party, not for nothing. And that was just the end of that. I just felt like maybe this music industry isn't for me after talking to my cousin, because he was like, you know, that's how it is. Like, you'll run into people who will push up on you and like try to make you do things and make it sound good, like sign to this label. I had never heard of the label before, but again, I was ignorant and new to the music industry. I had not been on top of game of doing research and keeping up with these local labels. And so, yeah, so he wanted me to sign to his label. That wasn't going to happen. He wanted me to only work with him if I was going to do music. That wasn't going to happen. Thank God for my cousin stepping in and putting me on game. Next. So we get to Soul Ties. So I go to a studio in Houston, Texas. my cousin took me to the studio. He was like, man, I'm gonna take you somewhere. He's very professional, and he is very professional, and I think you'll like it. So I go there, and there, you know, we just get in there and we pull up the instrumental that I wanted to do the song to, because the actual instrumental that Savannah had for her remix was completely removed off of all platforms, so no one could like cover the song or anything like that. So I found a beat that went hard, bro. This beat went so hard. So I was like, let's do it to this one. Mind you, he just letting the beat play, because, you know, everybody getting situated. He's like, he had another client that had just left. You know, we just getting there. My cousin is setting up his stuff, because he's learning more about producing and stuff, you know. So everyone's getting set up, and I just go in the booth. I go in the booth, y'all, and mind you, I had already practiced. Long story short, I went in there, I ate the song. I'm gonna put the song in the description box below so you guys can tap in if you have not heard it yet. Everything in there is real, everything in there is accurate, and my life experiences, that's just what it was. I didn't go in there intentionally wanting to hurt anyone. It was a release for me, because for years, just getting off track for a little bit, for years, I had been trying to protect other people's feelings, and nobody, you know, this person in particular, you know, was saying that they were trying to protect my feelings and trying to do right, but their actions was just hurting me bad. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna forget everybody else and forget how anybody else gonna feel, and I'm gonna put my feelings on the table using this cover. And y'all, you would think I was in there bobbing my head, the soul tired had me stuck again, but I was not doing that. I was in there with my fists balled up in my pockets, and I was leaning into the mic. Yes, I was moving side to side, but I wasn't smiling. My eyebrows were scrunched up, and I was just feeling it. Like, it was like everything hit me. Mind you, most of the stuff was old in the song, because I had not been in a relationship, like a committed relationship with this person for a very long time. Every time we tried, you know, something that he did backfired and came back, and I just wasn't with that. So everything kind of like resurfaced, and I was in there pissed. I was hurt. It was like, you know how when you go through the emotions, first you like really sad and hurt, then that turns into anger, and then after a while you get over it. But it was like it resurfaced, and I was like all three of those emotions put together. So that's what made me start. I was like, I was in the emotion. I was like, you know what, let me, you know, F it, let me record this. And when I heard myself, y'all, I fell in love. I don't know if it was the sound, the studio. This is why I really mainly only work with this guy now, because for one, he don't try nothing with me. He's very cool. He's a sweet guy. He laid back, you know, he just chill, you know. And then if it's something that's off, he'll give me a little pointers through the glass, and that's that, you know. And I loved it. I loved how I sound. I just loved it. I fell in love with it all. But that's what made me start. I loved how I sound, and I was just kind of over it as far as like not expressing myself, because every time I would express myself, I felt like nobody, to that person, I wasn't heard, because it kept happening over and over again. So, excuse me. So I was like, you know what? Let me just put it in a song. And that's how that happened. How do I feel about music? I love it. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. Like, it's kind of like, of course, everyone knows I moved to LA. I'm in Cali. Well, you didn't know I moved to LA, but you knew I was in Cali. So I moved to the LA area, and I'm still trying to figure out, find a good person to go to. But my guy actually flies out to LA for his other clients, so that's good. I like it. That's how I feel about it. Do I plan on making this a career? Honestly, if God opens that door and an opportunity comes my way, absolutely. You know, he blessed me with this talent. I write. I don't have writer's block anymore, so I'm able to finish a song. That's another thing. Once I was actually able to put my emotion in it and put myself in the song, I was able to finish it. It wasn't just like, oh, I like this rhythm, let me record it real quick. I literally mentally put my emotion and myself into a song, and I was able to finish a song. Am I making more music? Yes, I actually have a vault that I'm building, and I've been dropping singles. So I have like 3 songs that are originals that are out right now, beside the cover song that I did. So yes, I am planning on. Do I have more music coming soon? Yes, I do. I'm actually trying to finish an album. So I don't know if I'm gonna do like a full like 12 song album for my first one. I may do like maybe 6 or 7 songs for my first album. But that it's in the works. Does my music reflect on my love life? My current love life, no, but you know how Monica and Keisha Cole, like everybody, Alicia Keys, everybody can go back to a memory. Queen Aja does it too. Like everybody can go back to an old memory and just relive that moment. And that's what I do. So all songs, including Ride, like I wrote that song single, but I remembered the good times that I had with certain people, and how I felt, and I was riding till the wheels fall off, you know what I mean? But once all folding wheels come off, you on your own, baby, because you know it's kind of like you got a flat tire, you made a mistake, you got a flat tire, I'm gonna stick beside you, let's fix it, okay? But when all 4 of the mugs roll off, you know, I can't help you play. You played yourself. Yeah, my current love life, no. Everything, because I don't have a love life. Like, it's just me. I'm chasing my dreams. I feel like the way I just love extremely hard. And it's really all about that person whenever I'm with them. So it will take away from my creativity and my time for building, because I literally make it all about that person when I'm dealing with someone. What inspires me? Honestly, my family, like just wanting better. And I feel like even with YouTube, like everything, like I know this video is about music specifically, but I feel like inspiration is literally everything that I've gone through in life, how I am today because of everything that I've gone through, my accomplishments, the way I am at heart. Like I inspire myself. I'm inspired by myself. I'm inspired by my trials and tribulations. Life is just inspirational, period. So that's what inspires me. Y'all, I've chatted a lot in this video. I'm about to wrap it up. So I hope you guys liked it so far. That's all I have. If you want me to do other videos, and have more questions, well, I'm gonna do other videos, but if you have other questions, do the same. DM me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram information in the description box below as well. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Let's talk music. Let's talk music. Let's talk music. God is good. Don't forget to be inspirational to yourself. Don't forget to be great. And yeah, peace.